Good Wednesday morning, everyone. Welcome back. You're watching the Kaiser Report, and Kaiser is not with us today. He's at the groomer. We dropped him off early this morning in a very foggy roads. Getting there, we were kind of socked in by fog this morning and a little bit yesterday, but it was almost impassable this morning with less than a quarter of a mile visibility. But we made it there. Kaiser was happy to see his groomer, and he's getting ready for the Christmas holiday. He'll be all clean and freshly cut and raring to go for the Christmas holiday with the kids coming in and out, and he'll have a lot to play with between the grandsons and people chasing him and him chasing people. But it's a happy time of year for us all. And with that, we would like to wish you a great Christmas weekend coming. And Christmas is not far away. We have a scant few days left to get out and get your shopping done. And if you're shopping, please shop local, because these small businesses really depend on your patronage, especially at this time of year, because most of those businesses do their best around the holiday season, the Christmas holiday season, and they're looking forward to seeing you and giving you some deals on whatever. And remember, when you shop local, you're helping your community, and you're making a difference in your community. And also, when you buy goods locally and you have a problem with them or an item that doesn't fit correctly, you can go right back to that store and they will take very good care of you because they depend on you. So give your local shops a chance this year. And remember the Salvation Army this time of year. They have the angel trees going on for especially in the western North Carolina, East Tennessee area, where the devastation from the hurricane is going to leave an awful lot of children without a Christmas this year. So be, especially around those areas, generous to a fault. If you can, help people celebrate Christmas and get their children something from Santa Claus. It's a terrible devastation that we looked at going into Asheville the other day, from Irwin, Tennessee on up to Asheville on both sides of Route 26 I took up there has been devastated. Trees are down, but we're not talking about one or two trees. We're talking about hundreds of trees that are piled on the sides of the roads where bulldozers have pushed them up. Where they're going to be able to get rid of that much waste is beyond me. That's an awful lot of tonnage right there. Not to mention the hazardous waste that's coming out of the houses that were torn down and floated down the river, and things that have been destroyed, such as a extrusion plant there in Irwin, Tennessee, that has left on both sides of the road large amounts of yellow tubing, that's what they produced, that have washed away from the factory and down the river. And there's several areas where it's stacked. And I don't see where they're going to put that stuff, because that can be caustic. It can't be burned. I'm not sure if that business is even going to be viable to do any more production, never mind pick up what was washed away. So we have a resurgence in people helping to get people back on track and get them into housing and food and things of that nature, which have worked out nice, neighbor helping neighbor. And I guess the government will be adding some help there as well. We'll see. We know that FEMA hasn't done an awful lot for these people yet. There have been some things done, like the $750 that our wonderful vice president decided that that was all they needed right now. And meantime, people's homes floated by their very eyes, and everything in it of value and historical to those people and precious to those people is gone. Not to be returned, not to be reclaimed. It is just gone. So our heart has to go out to these people, and we want that to happen. And I'm sure that the sight of how many people have come in to help from all over the country is a great thing to see. And that, folks, is the American know-how and the dream of America as it used to be. Neighbor helping neighbor. And prayer is back in these communities out of necessity, and hopefully it will stay. And please say a prayer for these people that are still suffering, and in some cases not having been found yet. Family members. It's a terrible thing. But it is Christmas time. Everybody has it in their heart to help, and everybody has it in their heart to celebrate the birth of the baby Jesus and go on from there. Well, politically, we can't stop talking about the fact that Kamala's back at the microphone, making absolutely less sense than she had been in the past. We heard her little drivel of speech the other day about wanting to keep on fighting. They want to fight against the new regime that's coming in, and she's going after the young voters now, thinking that she's going to turn their minds around and get them on board to back her, but we don't know for what, because she makes no sense when she talks to us. And there that is. So, of course, we have her boss, Joe Biden, says he has a bad cold, but he coughed through an address the other day that was quite disturbing at best. And then we found out recently that someone in the cabinet position that had a couple of glasses of wine sitting with a young lady that was taping everything he said. I guess if you have a glass of wine and get one of these guys, you can get the truth out of them. Anyway, he went on a tirade about how bad Joe Biden was during his presidency, making phone calls into the office that he worked in, asking for a person, and he said no, that he's left, and 10 minutes later he called back asking for the same person, and it turned out that the person he was looking for was on the foreign trip with President Biden, and he wasn't even aware of that. And then it went on, and she taped this whole thing. I guess he's no longer going to be employed there. But then again, Joe Biden has never fired anybody for great shows of incompetence, such as Alejandro Mayorkas was not fired. Pete Buttigieg was not fired, and so on and so on. So this guy's probably safe for the next few days that he has left in office. But this person claimed that Biden is much sicker than we understood or were led to believe by the lying mainstream media, especially Morning Joe. We'll take a look at this clip.
Yesterday,
Scranton Joe, Union Joe, President Joseph R. Biden, the 46th President of the United States.
I had no choice. My grandfather come down from heaven if I didn't do this. Excuse me, I have a little bit of a cold. And I'm honored. I'm honored to be joined today by leaders of character and conscience. France understood what my dad taught me. And you've heard me say this 1,000 times, but he really would say this. He said, Joey, a job's about a lot more than a paycheck. It's about your dignity. It's about respect. It's about your place in the community. It's about being able to look your kid in the eye and say, honey, it's going to be okay, and mean it. That's my dad. In fact, during her 12 years in office, she accomplished everything on her list except expanded health care for health insurance. It took 65 years later and a guy named Barack Obama and I to get the Affordable Care Act passed. It took 65 years later and a guy named Barack Obama and I to get the Affordable Care Act passed. Barack Obama.
this version of Biden, intellectually, analytically, is the best Biden ever. Flashback.
Excuse me.
You know, you're supposed to cough into your elbow. I don't know, sir. I learned that actually covering your White House.
Actually, that's true. But fortunately, I'm alone in my home. But that's okay.
All right.
I agree. You're right.
End of flashback.
My grandfather come down from heaven if I didn't do this. I'm honored to be joined today. Excuse me, we're black women. Look.
Ew.
The wages go up, we were going to cost people things. Guess what? Well, guess what? Guess what? And guess what? Well, guess what?
What?
Excuse me, we're black women.
That's nasty.
Is there any other reason why Morning Joe should not be put off the air permanently? You have to question, after this election and after all of the rhetoric and lies that he put out, along with Mika Brzezinski sitting next to him, swearing to his lies, that it's amazing that he's still at MSDNC and on there every morning spreading hate and discontent across this nation. But then again, when we look at the situation of mainstream media and MSNBC and CNN, their ratings are so terrible right now that some platforms on YouTube are making better numbers than CNN is, and MSNBC is not very far behind it. And we don't even want to get into the Rachel Maddows and Joy Reids and The View. Their ratings have to be plummeting as well. So I believe that the major networks that are running these organizations will soon be looking to either change their programming or bring in journalists that can actually report the news without a slanted opinion or a job to do to sell you on one side or the other. Bring that back to mainstream legacy media and you have something again, but I believe that the death knell was this election for these platforms, And I don't believe that they're going to make it with the numbers and the ratings that they have right now. So I'm looking forward to seeing a change there somewhere. And hopefully we'll see it soon because we can't take being lied to anymore as we are about the drones and everything else that's happening right now before our eyes, and we're being told what you see is not what you see. Just let us tell you what it is, and we'll go from there. And that isn't good at all. But speaking of the media, there was a couple of things that happened with gotchas for people in the media. And, well, here, just take a look at this.
In Springfield, they're eating the dogs, they're eating the cats. Eat the cat, eat the cat. They're eating the dogs, they're eating the cats.
Laws Congress should pass. I have to ask, what laws are you talking about? Can you be specific? Laws Congress should pass. I have to ask, what laws are you talking about? Can you be specific?
I'm sorry, I'm very nervous, but this is what you do. This is what you do. You take people.
Trust me, they're deep faking everything. There's a video going around where it appears I have a small penis. That is totally a deep fake, I swear.
I can tell you on my end, the Steamfitters have voted in the poll. We have a 70% return in favor of President Trump. Why? Well, everything that's gone on the last 4 years, an open border, inflation, gas prices, oil, mortgage rates. I mean, I can go on and on.
There's something weird about conservatives.
There is almost a cultish vibe, I feel. The way they operate within themselves, they refuse to listen to outside people, they're refusing to learn, essentially. I think that is a large part of it.
Well, I'd love to know your thoughts and comments on that. A little strange that they're trying to get somebody deplatformed from YouTube by doing something that is not desirable or approved by this platform. But that's the media drumming up the hate and discontent, and they continue to do it. Now Kamala is back talking again nonsense to people to try and persuade people to turn on the incoming administration, and that's all it is.
Good morning, everyone. Have a seat, please. Good morning. Oh. I just love seeing all of our young leaders. You know, when I look out at all of you, I know and I feel so strongly the future of our country is bright. It is bright because of all of you. And I want to thank Lauren for her kind words and her commitment to your community, Lauren, and for the example you are setting. It is so good to see all of you. So, well, you know what? So let me start with just what has happened actually yesterday before I begin.
Someone needs to remind her what the people of America said in their vote, and it was not for her. She did okay given the fact that she was appointed and not elected, or never received a vote to be where she was running for that office. She heard her boss, Joe Biden, trying to do it. It was orchestrated, we know now, by Nancy Pelosi and Barack Obama, along with her. And I don't even believe that Pelosi even likes Kamala Harris. Of course, Pelosi doesn't like a lot of people. So look what she's just done to AOC. AOC thought she was going to go on to a committee, and she's been blocked by Nancy Pelosi from a hospital bed in a military hospital in Germany. She still has the power, folks, and we need to take that power back to the people. We don't want any more of this, and I'm certainly not going to sit through 4 more years of that nonsense. We told you earlier in the week about the Nutcracker performance that took place in Asheville, and what a wonderful, wonderful, uplifting time it was to be part of that and watching that. We had an excellent seat in view in the third row orchestra that was breathtaking, magical, and this is the spirit that you're going to find in Asheville, even though they have been darn near destroyed, but they have bounced back and they're doing well. And if you're in that region, go shop there. Go have a meal there. Support these people. They need us right now to recover fully from the devastation of this last hurricane, which no one was warned and no one expected. So prayers to those people, and help where you can, and shop often if you can get to Asheville. That brings us to our sponsor. And if you're ready to plan your Christmas menu, you need to go to Lazy J Farms and Butcher Shop and get your cuts of meat that are absolutely outstanding products. He has a blonde Aquitaine cattle farm where he raises this very rare and different kind of cow that is a desirable commodity to get a hold of. And when your taste buds, it hits your taste buds, you are going to have an experience that you probably have not had with store-bought meat. He has this cattle. He raises his own pork products and chicken products. Their eggs, their cheese are made there. They have no-fill hot dogs that are great with none of the junk put in it that will be harmful to you. So it's good for your diet. The prices are reasonable. And if you call in there, if you're not from around this part, anywhere in the United States, Butch will send overnight your order, cut to the thicknesses that you like, and the products you will be very happy with. So give them a call at Lazy J Butcher Farms, Butcher Shop and Farms, and you can reach them at 423-398-5595. That's 423-398-5595. Ask for Butch, the butcher, and tell him Kaiser sent you, and he'll take care of you like you've not been taken care of before. And once you buy these meats, you will reorder, I promise you. So give them a call today. They're wonderful people, and they'll go out of their way to get you what you need for your Christmas dinner table. As we're talking about Christmas, it has been lovely to see the joy that is back in the stores. I was in a small store yesterday, Ollie's, and looking for some toys, and they had a plethora of everything that you can imagine, and people were shopping. The store was full. The checkout lines were full. People are happier than they were in this past year, and it's good to see. And that's a blessing from above that we're that much ready for the incoming administration to fix the problems that we've experienced for the last 4 years. So with that, it's Wednesday, hump day, and we're looking forward to the weekend. The 21st is my birthday, and that's going to take place on Saturday. And then we move on to the Christmas holiday, which I am looking so forward to this year. And it's been a long time coming, it seems. We're hoping to get a little snow around that time of year. It doesn't look good for here in East Tennessee right now, but it may get to a point where this Friday, they say we're going to have a mix of rain and snow, but nothing that will accumulate. So after that, we'll have to just hope for more. And not a lot more going on. There is reports overseas now in the Ukrainian war that the North Korean soldiers that were sent by Kim Jong-il have not performed outstandingly in the battles that they have been in with the Ukraine, and they're showing them not battle-ready hardened. And there is some concern on North Korea's part about that. So we'll keep our eye on that, but hopefully that powder keg will not explode until after the holidays. And hopefully after the 20th of January, we'll have an end to or a cessation of that war. At least if Donald Trump keeps his promises, I think that will come to fruition. But until then, we're going to go into this weekend with happiness, a prayer in our heart, a smile on our face, because what you put out to others, you'll get back. So smile at people and don't take offense to the certain few people that are out running around a little upset about the election and people and so on and so on. This too shall pass. It's time heals a lot of things, and that'll be one of them. So we'll be back to you tomorrow with some more news. We'll get our ear to the ground this afternoon and figure out what's going on and get it out to you as soon as we can. So God bless you all. And remember, from the Kaiser Report, stay safe, stay strong, and stay tuned to the Kaiser Report for your bits of information and funny memes and whatever comes our way will get to you. Bye-bye now.